Welcome to some American-style darting action. This match takes place at the Big Dog Dart Tournament, and it has Eric Hoover facing off against Jake Kaskel. Before the first game of the match, players take the line and shoot the cork to determine the shooting order. Jake is just a little low. Eric's dart is spot on. He decides he would like to shoot hammer, so Jake leads off the first dart single. Trip with dart number 2. Give him 6 to start the match. Eric counters first dart single as well. Second dart red. Each player lands all 3 of their darts, 6-5 after 1. Jake goes single red, trip. Eric's response, red. Red, slides to his left. Finds room between his first 2 darts to land a trip. That gives him 7 points. That's a big inning, and it ties everything up. 12-12 heading into the third. Jake goes trip, drops a dart into the blue, comes back, finds the red. 5 points for him in the top of the inning. Eric first dart trip. Second dart in the red. Plenty of room for him to have back-to-back big innings. And that's what happens. He takes a 2-point lead after the first stanza at 19-17. Jake responds going red, trip, and red for a 7 of his own. First dart deep red for Eric in the bottom of the 4th. Second dart red. Reds all the way around. Give him a bucket of blood. 7-6 in the 4th inning. Jake leads off the 5th with a red, and a red. Give him 6 points. Back-to-back buckets of blood. And while we're hitting reds, make it another one. Players trade 6s in the 5th. Continuing on with our theme of red. I jinxed it, that's a single. But give him 6 for the inning anyway. Eric first dart red. Red again. Looks like 6s are wild. After 6, Eric's up 1 point, 37-36. Jake goes deep triple with his first dart in the 7th. Lands a red on top of that. Catches a trip with his 3rd dart. That's a big inning. That's 8 points. He may be able to get some separation here. Once again, Hoover first dart red. Second dart red. Just banging 6s. 44-43. Jake's ahead into the blue with his first dart in the 8th inning. His 2 laying back into the blue with his 3rd dart, so he stumbles in the 8th. This is a chance for Eric to catch up. Do I even have to say it? First dart red. Trip. Chance for a big inning. And he lands. 50-46 going into the 9th. Jake misses on dart number 1. That trip gives him 49. He's down 1 dart in hand. And the door closes. 50-49 as we stand. Eric still has to throw 3 darts at the 9th inning. He has the first game of the match, and so far he hasn't missed a dart yet. 25, 26 darts have landed in the points. That's a perfect game of some sort. It's perfectly fine. 56-49. Eric Hoover wins game number 1. Jake leads off in game number 2. Single, trip. Misses with dart number 3. 4 points for him to start game number 2. Eric drops his first dart but picks up a point. Back in the red. Give him 5 for a 1-point lead after 1. Jake, first dart red, second dart red. Good group forming. 6 points for him. Eric counters. First 2 darts in the red. Bad kiss, and that's the first dart he's missed so far this match. Give him 4 points. 10-9. Jake's up. Shooting the third. Give him 4. Eric's response. Red, red. Once again, sliding to his left. And finds room underneath in the trip on the third inning. 16-14 after the first stanza. Jake's response. Trip, trip. And a 7 of his own. Players trade 7s. Over the course of the bottom and top of the third and fourth. Eric first dart. Deep red in the 4th inning. He's on the wrong side of the wire with dart number 2. Didn't miss by much. Back-to-back third dart trips for Eric. That gives him 5 for the inning, and everything is tied up. 21-21 as we head into the 5th. Jake posts a couple of reds and misses with his third darts. Give him 4 points for the top of the 5th. Eric drops his first dart, but he picks up a point with it. Finds a trip with dart number 2. Give him 6 points for the inning and 2-point lead after 5. Jake's tied it up with that dart. Up 2. Up 4 after the 6th inning. Eric holds darts. That's just to the single side of the wire. Second dart red. Back to the single side of the wire again. He gets 4 points for the inning. We are at 31-31 after the first 2 stanzas, tied. Jake goes red, blue, red. Give him 4 after the 7th. Eric red, lost dart number 2. That just missed the mark. But he hits a trip with his third dart, so he's up 1. First dart trip for Jake. Second dart blue. Third dart trip, so he gets 6 points out of that. Eric down 5 to start the inning, down 3 now. Down 1. It's a single, tied up, so this thing is a drag race. Tied after 1 inning. Whoever shoots a better 9 is going to walk away with the game and perhaps the match. This is a perfect time for Jake to put up a 7. 7 to tie, 8 to win. First dart trip. 2 reds ties it up. Another red ties it up. Trip wins it. And here we go. Just the wrong side of the wire. Game number 2 comes down to the final dart, 48-46. Jake comes out on top, evens this thing up. We are tied 1 game apiece. Hot hand carries over. He starts off the 3rd game of the match with a 7. Eric's response is a first start red. All reds for the inning. Give him 6 points. Jake is up 1 heading into the 2nd. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give him 5 points for the 2nd. First start trip for Eric. 2nd dart red. And we are tied 12-12 after 2. Jake goes single, a couple of reds, give him 5 points for the 3rd. Eric's counter, first start trip. Second dart's into the blue. He finds the red with dart number 3. Players trade 5s in the 3rd. Everything is tied up. 17-17. 6 innings to go. Red, trip, red, big inning. Kaskel up by 7. Eric holds darts. First dart red. Another red slides to his right. Catches a point. Give him 5 points for the 4th inning. Jake up 2, leading off the 5th. First start wrong side of the wire. It's in the blue. Worse than missing with his first dart. It acted as a blocker. So dart number 2 doesn't find the mark. Comes away with 1 point. That's a bit of a stumble by the slimmest of margins, and Eric has an opportunity here. And he starts off with the first start red. Three laying. Dart number 3 misses the mark, so Eric doesn't cash in on that opportunity. Both players kind of stumble in the 5th. Jake misses dart number 2 in the 6th. So he puts up a 1, follows that up with a 4 in the 6th. They were tied to start the inning. Eric has 5 laying. And he misses with his 3rd dart, so he's up 1, 30-29 after 6. In the 7th, Jake goes blue, red, trip, give him 5. So he's up 34-30. Eric holds darts. Turns the 1st into 2 points. Adds 3 more with dart number 2. And that was big. 8 points for him in the 7th. Right now he's up by 4, 2 innings to go. Jake is back on the mark. Misses with dart number 2. So he's down 2 right now. It's all tied up. Eric holds darts. Bottom of the 8th. Red. bad. He's got the machine turned on. It's just banging out sixes. And that's exactly what he does. He's up 6 points, 1 inning to go, game 3 of the match. Jake puts up 4, so the door is closed. Eric doesn't miss a dart in the first game. Game number 2, Jake puts up a big inning in the top of the 9th to tie things up. And from here, things were tied until about the 6th inning. And then Eric goes 8-6-6, puts up 50. 50 to 42 is our final score, and that's how he wins this match and continues on to the catbird seat. This was the final game in the undefeated